Hello YouTube, welcome back to the Binding of Isaac Afterbirth Plus, the third one recorded this week. Rather than one a week, I am not on the right window. Now I am. And this is going to be a follow-up to the Inside Baseball Isaac we did last time. Due to some information I got, some information I'm acting on, and also brainstorming some more ideas with chat as well, which is why I'm not going to start talking about it immediately because we're right at the start of a stream, so I want to wait a little bit until people have filtered in. Bad damage. Oh no. We started with Cricket's body with no range. This might be a restart situation, but for now, H4H9GWN4 is the seed. You are tired? You're so tired that you've turned French? So we have no range, because Cricket's body comes with a massive range down for no good reason. I had a cane run like this once. I remember it, and not for good reasons. It's so memorable. It's in there with that Maggie run. It was a train wreck as well. Didn't even kill both of them, huh? Wouldn't be so bad if we also had damage, but we don't even have that. Yep, push him into the fire. Thank you. Pokeball does not really help. You're mine now. We'll just have to see if we get something good from the boss. You can find save files for this to get items unlocked. I don't know anywhere specifically you can do it, I just know you can do it. It might be there might be a guide about it on the Steam community page for the game. Or what's the good Binding of Isaac like information site? Platinum God, there might be some on there. I should have grabbed that battery. So I have my Pokemon ready. Hello, Ty! Also, hello, Repair Phil. But look how many big rooms there are as well. I was going to say, is it Curse of a Giant, but wasn't that an anti-birth only thing? Although I guess it might be coming back for Repentance then. I'm tempted to just restart the run so we get one that isn't going to be this slow. Because this is hell. But I'll hold on and see what we get from our boss, because this is not going to be working long term. It's barely working on this floor. Oh dear. He's both on fire and an elite and stinky. He's everything I aspire to be. So in the chat, while we're still waiting for people to fill seats, what are you looking forward to doing on the weekend? Oh, actually, you know, while I'm waiting for you to answer, I will say I made a decision about some new content for the YouTube channel next week. And stream, I guess, because I'll be playing it on stream. I'll be playing Mario Maker 2. Yes, I know it won't have co-op at launch. I don't particularly care. That's not what I want it for. I feel like there's a few good things I could potentially do with it. It's got a story mode for a start. I feel like I can make some fun levels. And I feel like I could do kind of what I did for Blood Money or whichever Hitman it was. Where I find levels and try and beat them. Might be a nice kind of like shorthand video series to have. And it's out on Friday. It might be out on Tuesday in America, but it's out on Friday in the UK. So Friday's stream will be us diving into Mario Maker. Let's see if we can make some good of Nintendo not being as anal about content creators anymore. Could be a patron award to allow patrons to send me a level. I don't want to monetize everything. I don't mind people sending me levels to try out that they've made themselves if you're also getting the game. And once they do eventually add online co-op, we can muck around with it. Make all the Mario sewers. Look, if it lets me use the da-da-da-da-da-da, which is the best bit of music, I'm all for it. Oh, that's interesting. Although the classic Mario theme is good too. Go get him! Go get him, buddy! Get him! Get him! You're just gonna do nothing and get blown up, aren't you? Yep. Life is hell. Existence is pain, Jerry. I need Little Horn to kill himself, because I ain't going to be able to do it. I can't even kill his little ball thing. But it will all be worth it if he drops an all stat up. If he doesn't drop an all stat up, I'm restarting, because I am not wanting to do a train wreck while trying to focus on talking. Hello, Shiro. Please teleport into one of your own bombs again. You almost did. That was very close. All stats up? Not all stats up, but tears up. I'll give it another floor. Tears up does help. It's a basement floor as well. Oh, yeah. Curse of Darkness, but still basement. And then we'll give it till the end of this floor, both to see if the run's worth sticking with, and also that's when we'll start talking about the inside baseball stuff. But if anyone wasn't here when I was talking about this last time, basically just kind of like soliciting suggestions, advice for the YouTube side of things and the Twitch side of things, what you think would get past the major hurdle of getting new people to find and like find the content, give it a chance, stick around, etc. Because that's the main problem everybody has, not just me. So we talked about it a little bit, and since then I did have one person contact me privately with... Oh, I want a tinted rock. With a very long list of suggestions and such. Some I agree with, some I don't. But also credentials. Well, I guess there's no way for me to validate whether or not the credentials were true, but at least claiming to build a YouTube channel of their own to 5 figures, etc. And of the advice I agreed with, there's advice I agree with that I am willing to consider, and then there's advice that I agree with but I'm still not willing to do. Would anybody like to see your new collection of skeletons? Have you been murdering people? That's not something you should admit in Twitch chat. It's admissible in court, maybe. We need a bomb for that tinted rock up there. Small rock would be a massive help. We need bombs for in here to explode all the mushrooms. I don't really want to capture a dip in a Pokeball. I wanted to fill a ball with poop, but I don't know. I probably would never want to. Oh, that's right, I could have went an IBS route joke. Small rock or mushrooms? Small rock. Small rock. Nope. I also shouldn't have used that key because I need it for the item room that we haven't found yet. Zipple, that was terrible. Thank you for giving me the key. Ugh, that's not really what I'm looking for. We still have a 1 in 3 chance at a deal. There's still mushrooms we can blow up for Magic Mush. It's just, we'll do the boss, see what happens. No, they were just trapped in a fleshy outer shell. Monstro, get in my Pokeball. It didn't work. You've been I don't know, like a Golem class? Golem, sorry. And by Golem I meant Geodude. Why would I go to the final evolution instead of the first evolution? That makes no sense. Alright, this is D-Day for this run. 1 in 3 chance plus whatever the boss item is. We didn't get the deal. We got HP and luck. We're holding R. Until we get a start that is not terrible. This is not terrible. We can run with this. Obviously got range, our damage is very slightly above average. We've got a good spacebar item, although it's got a massive charge. And our tier rate is pretty good, better than starting Isaac. HP is a little low. Gluttony's obviously going to drop his HP upgrade and I'm not going to be able to get it. No, never mind, tricked him. Believe Vice President. So we can start talking about the main topic I want to talk about now. I think I've waited long enough, let people filter in. So anyway, of the advice that I got from this person, who I don't think they're present, I think they said they watch the VODs. A lot of advice, a lot of suggestions, mostly for the YouTube side actually. I don't think any of it really applied to the Twitch side. And the thing I agreed with the most was that what I really should have done was create a separate channel for wargaming related stuff. Because even though I'm sure there's a lot of people who play like 40k or other tabletop games that also play computer games, they're separate enough topics that putting them together in one kind of mishmash, it doesn't gel easily. So I've been putting a lot of thought into that, but the person also suggested having like a specific channel for Twitch VODs, a specific channel for roguelikes. It's like, no, you're going too far there. That is not how I want to do things, because that leads to getting pigeonholed, and I want to avoid that at all costs. I play variety not just because I think there's people out there who want to watch it, but because that's the only way I'll stay interested. It keeps us alive. So I also looked into how to actually... Yeah, I've got that in room. How to get a second YouTube channel, and if it was possible on... Oh, snap. On the same account, because I didn't want to have to set up like a new email address and all this garbage. And thankfully, if you do like a branding account, you can just have a bunch of channels connected to this. You're just going to keep spawning those, huh? The same account, you just need to change from the menu. So it should be pretty easy to create a new one if I understood it all correctly, with everything carrying on as normal. But going forwards, having a separate channel that obviously once it's made and whatnot, I'll post like 40k battle reports, Batman battle reports, but also some other potential video ideas. And I kind of solicited on Twitter before the stream, like if I did have a separate channel for wargaming stuff, what kind of other things would you like to see? If that was Rage, it would have been much better, but anemic will do. Ooh, why didn't that bomb fly explode? Get over there and explode. Guild Ball. Oh, it's not oh, there we are. You can certainly accept guest contributions of Guild Ball if you wanted to film yourself playing it with people. But the ideas I kind of had, other than the battle reports, big thing right now is obviously contrast paint, and I'm doing a lot of contrast painting, so I thought I'd do time-lapse videos of painting stuff with contrast, because I'm sure a lot of people are looking for, like, how does this look, how does that look? Plus it'd be short, and like we were talking about last time, having a quote-unquote gateway drug into getting someone into your content in the form of shorthand videos, even if you do normally like longer stuff, is a good idea. That's also why I was kind of considering the Mario Maker stuff for the main gaming channel. But before we get into like the new one, well actually I should probably finish the topic I was talking about. Other than that, unboxing stuff I purchased, you know, the basic type of things. Not really big on reviewing wargaming stuff because I don't like getting into the meta of what's overpowered and what's not. But can at least like talk things through when a new book gets released, like new rules, etc. But I was wondering what to call it, because amongst the other suggestions I got from this person, they think that anime/cartoon avatars just don't cut it. I think for gaming stuff it's perfectly acceptable, so I disagree, but for wargaming, tabletop gaming, I feel like actually having like a logo rather than a character is probably the smarter play. Well, I was considering calling it Flik's Wargaming Stuff, but wargaming is too specific for what could be general tabletop stuff. Like once I have Gotham City Chronicles, which is just a board game, I'd like to play that as well. So I was thinking calling it like Flik's Tabletop did I say there? Tabletop gaming stuff, or just Flik's tabletop stuff. But I kind of liked having the gaming in there still as well. Should definitely have charged the spacebar item before coming to this boss. Flik's nerd stuff? No, I wouldn't call it that. That's not got good brand appeal. Ooh. I need to get rid of Monstrous friends. Isolate him, then crush him. There's an invisible one. I am open to suggestions for the name though. I'd like to have some brand synergy across the two channels though. I don't want them to be like burned bridges apart. Because there is a crossover between tabletop gaming and computer games. And I'm not just talking about like the 40k video games, I just mean in general, nerds like video games. That is the other thing I wanted to mention, and given that I know Zeppo is here, I was curious what you would think of taking on a project of producing a logo, a banner, and there was a third thing that I've forgotten, and what kind of price you would want for that. You said no. Okay, well, fair enough. I'd ask Court, but I'd like to have it done quicker than 2 to 3 years. In that case, if anybody knows anybody who's willing to do that kind of thing, let me know their prices. Just a banner, a logo. What was the third thing I'm forgetting? Oh, I want like a very short, very short intro video. Like a lot of people use like 10 to 15 second ones. Don't do that. That's a big no-no. But like a 3 to 6 second intro just to have like the logo flash up in some manner, that seems okay to me. A little bit of brand recognition, a little bit of community building, etc. Flik's Wargame Bunker? No, but that I can't include wargaming because board games and stuff are not all wargaming related. Hell, even Batman isn't technically a wargame. Plus, it would make it a little bit weird if I then went on to play something a bit more generic board gamey in the future. No plans to, but trying to future-proof a little bit. Tabletop bunker? Why are you obsessed with bunkers? It's very strange. Ah. Here? I like the idea of including tabletop in some way because they're all played on a tabletop. Yeah, well, you paint on a tabletop as well. I'm not a prepper. Baking stuff? I haven't been baking that much. I mean, I've been baking scones occasionally, and the other day I made a generic sponge with an icing, a lemon icing, but I didn't bother posting any pictures because it's a sponge. Hello, Cart. Thank goodness he wasn't here 5 minutes ago when I zinged him. Wowie indeed. But yeah, getting that branding stuff done, especially if you personally have absolutely no talent with it, is also the irritating hurdle in creating a secondary channel. I've seen a few new 40k ones pop up the past little while. I mean, I know they popped up recently because... oh, I feel a sneeze brewing. Give it a second. Oh, Sorrel was right behind me and she shat herself. Sorry, honey. I needed that. What was I saying? Oh yeah, like new channels that have popped up, but they've already got like pretty decent... well, if you were working in retail, you'd call it signage. So even if I don't personally like the designs, I'll remember that it's yours, that kind of thing. Flik's Table Games. See, when I first read that, and I'm sure I wouldn't be the only one to make this mistake, it looks like you said Flik's Stable Games. And that creates all kind of questions. I am still looking for also other tips regarding Twitch, because as I say, this email I got sent was mostly just things that you could apply to YouTube more so than anything else. They also suggested I never talk about Sora's bowel movements again, which I'm choosing to ignore because everybody poops. Especially my dog. I'm just going to go AFK and not say what I'm doing if I have to go clean up after. It's not my fault I have an agoraphobic dog. Why am I getting temporary invincibility? Everybody knows the girls don't poop. There was a contestant on Big Brother in the UK that really believed that. They thought that they left little parcels instead. They were very unintelligent. Go look at the second secret room. We haven't had our item room yet. PokeGo app, I guess. Let's go get the item room first before we do the boss. Hello, Meta Magpie. Assassin's Creed Brotherhood multiplayer when? Now there's a deep cut. Are you from the past? Ow. What's it like in the past? Were things brighter before the dark times? Before the orange shadow? Oh, that tangentially reminded me, I went deeper into the Ubisoft Uplay rabbit hole after working out I could sign into my account on their store, because their store doesn't have two-factor authentication, which is real dumb, by the way. Even if you're locked out of your main account because of two-factor authentication being broken, I'll take it for the damage even though it's bad. So, even though I can sign in with my account and purchase stuff via their store, I would still not be able to play them because I still can't sign in because the two-factor authentication app says I'm not putting in the right code even though I am. So then I went to their help, and I'm sure this is all stuff that Court did when he had this problem. Every little bit of their help regarding this problem all say do things that involve you being able to sign in to be able to do them. Which is stupid. Because the problem is you can't sign in. I also tried using one of the backup codes they gave you, because I actually found my list of backup codes they give you in case two-factor authentication ever breaks. Feckin' things don't work. They just don't work. So that was a whole lot of useless. So I decided I will email their support because, mostly just because I find it funny that their information and assistance in written form is just so goddamn terrible. So we'll see if they reply. Hello, Nikki. Although I did warn, we're having an unusually high number of people ask for assistance right now, which I'm sure is just up 24/7. But the thing that kind of got me thinking about that at the time was I got an email from Ubisoft thanking me for the time I spent in Division 2 and wanted me to fill out a very special survey for them to give feedback on the game. I've never played the Division 2. So they obviously buggered that up a little bit. I haven't even played a Division 2 beta. I played Division 1. That's clearly not what they're looking for, because they sent out a very similar poll after Far Cry 5, and I was not kind in my responses. But Ubisoft, meanwhile, they just do things badly. Or not even badly, just incompetently. I like Yves Guillemot. He is a tiny Frenchman who's very jolly. This is his company makes bad decisions and makes incredibly generic games. But anyway, we're getting off topic for what the point of playing Isaac today was. We're not here to tangentially talk about Ubisoft and Eve's getting low. What other content do you think belongs on a tabletop gaming only focused channel? We don't have a charge. Yes, EA is the worst. You were having problems with your Sky Internet yesterday, and their first comment to try and help you was check the online guide. Nice. That's using your head. It's not using your head correctly, but it's using your head. Dark Souls, maybe? Oh, you mean like playing the board game on Tabletop Sim? I think having Tabletop Sim stuff over there, like I considered it like, would I move 4 Souls over? And I feel like 4 Souls is so connected to Isaac, and Isaac is at home here, that I think 4 Souls wouldn't need to switch over. But if we ever got like the Resident Evil board game working properly, then that could probably go over there. I'd love for Gotham City Chronicles to be added to Tabletop Sim, but no one's made it yet. D&D versus subs. D&D isn't a versus situation, it's a cooperative one. Also, it's for nerds who can't get laid. Everybody knows that. Yeah, like that. Hello, not love. Can't think of what other ideas I had. I was writing up a little TXT earlier, so I didn't forget. I mean, the Mitre is good, but I want to try for better. No, absolutely not. Freeze effects is... yeah, we have a good fire rate. This should be fine. After having no range, we have all the range now. Shadows over Camelot? I don't know what that is, no. Camming videos where I read the 40k novels? Absolutely not. I'd murder my voice. That's the kind of thing you want to get an audiobook of Sean Bean reading, I feel. He's got a good Space Marine voice. You son of a bitch. Hopefully Delirium will carry us through the boss. Yep, like solo tabletop stuff is a possibility as well. Gotham City Chronicles is perfectly playable solo. Because that was one of my concerns as well with doing a specific tabletop channel. Is not having anyone else to try any games out with me. Outside of like tabletop simulator stuff, obviously. I'd be open to people recording their own battle reports, like people from this community, and I'd edit them together if you wanted me to. So we could have variety as well. Thank you Yuki2345 for 23 months with a tier 1 sub. Hang on, I'm trying to finish the boss. Harrow to you too. And hello, Loston. I've only just now remembered I'm supposed to be dodging with my body, not my face. I'm planning on recording another... That's interesting. Another Batman Battle Report tomorrow. But now that I'm kind of settling on this, having a channel separate for them, I need to hold it back a little bit. But yeah, getting like decent looking graphics and whatnot done for it is definitely the biggest hurdle for doing this particular thing, so if anybody knows anybody, get me in touch with them. not worth dealing with the rest of that room. Oh, that's a friendly. I forgot I had the Pokemon Go app. That's what's doing that. And my mother's trying out the Harry Potter game that Niantic released. So she's got Pokemon Go on one phone and the Harry Potter game on the other. It's out in certain countries. I don't know if... I think it's a limited release for them testing stuff. I considered the Star Wars Legion campaign mode. I don't know what that is, so no. Is that the one where you fight with like the Star Wars ships? Or is that something else? I found another Batman themed board game on Tabletop Simulator, but sadly it doesn't come with the rules. Looks like it's kind of like Risk, where you're just like taking over parts of Gotham. I watched Kill Team being played. I'm not too fussy on that. And I feel like because it's using the 40k models, I just end up getting confused between 40k and Kill Team. Even though it is good that it requires less miniatures, so less buy-in. It's next Saturday those Apocalypse boxes go live, right? Necromunda I saw being played when I was a kid. I've got no idea if the current version plays like the old version did. But I had a couple of friends into it. They like the persistence of it, from what I remember. Like, your gang takes whatever they nab onto the next mission, etc., and that's what they spend on upgrades. That's an interesting concept, like having campaign styles. I think Season 2 of Gotham City Chronicles has like campaigns instead of just one-off missions. So there might be a little bit of persistence in that too. Not to the same degree though. I guess in a way that's similar to how D&D works, isn't it? Because you take your loot from one mission to the next. I mean, I'm pretty sure I mentioned it before, but a long time ago, I think this was pre-Overwatch as well, I did make a second channel. Like, I went through the rigmarole of using a different email address, etc. for battle reports, but back then didn't have the production quality I can produce now, didn't have the miniatures, didn't have the tables, basically everything was bad. So it didn't really ever get off the ground, but I feel like the stuff I can put out now in relation to tabletop stuff is to the quality where it has a better chance. And a better chance not being burdened by my main channel, which is very clearly it's getting gimped in the back end in some fashion. Like, I thought there was advantages to sticking with a channel that's built up. I made it in what, 2007, 2008, so like 11 or 12 years of trust of never breaking a rule, but it just seems like a hindrance at this point rather than an advantage. Yeah, I don't like greed mode. D&D is not my bag, baby. Hero Quest and stuff where there's less role-playing, but it plays like D&D, is my bag, baby. That's why outside of the shitty final third of the game, I enjoyed Divinity. I mean, you're essentially playing it like D&D. Just you don't have to do any of that creepy role-playing shit. Hail, barkeep. Shut up and give me the quests, bitch. Forsooth, we don't talk that way. Shut up and give me the quest. This is not a forum for you to practice your acting. Or to haphazardly insert your fetishes. You come across a lonely village of cat girls. They're all semi-naked, very horny, and plagued with some trouble. But then it's like a monkey's paw situation where that's like, oh wow, that sounds great, but they all talk in cat puns. And make the same sounds as the cats from Monster Hunter. Hi, Crispy. Look into Gloomhaven, an improved Hero Quest with a lot more content. I mean, Games Workshop released an improved Hero Quest, didn't they? But they renamed it to Warhammer Quest. Hey, okay. We're not particularly damaging, but my god, can we fire a lot. Which is good when we have a tier effect that procs fairly often anyway. It comes down to if the DM is down for shenanigans. With a distinct, like, house ruling in place for no RP, I wouldn't say no to a D&D type situation. You know, like, what was the name of the site that we used back in the day? It was R20, Roll20, whatever it was. But that's fine. I like that it has integrated, it had an integrated chat thing, I think. Like, that stuff is all fine. I have no, like, I enjoy games where basically dice decide everything. Holy poop. I don't remember what this does, but I don't want it either way. Dry Baby, however, we will counter Zarium. Actually, isn't this a passive? Yeah, okay, never mind. I was under the impression it wasn't. Roll 20 is. Well, now you're dead. I'm gonna have to save the Delirium charge for this for the mom fight because it's the double boss floor. Unless we get a battery, so I haven't had one yet. Holy poop! Physical copy of what? No, the cat girls do not talk like the seals in Seal the Deal. Wouldn't wish that horror upon anybody. Hagalars. Well, we can't really do much with this, can we? Never mind, maybe we can. Still not great. You know what? Just use it on them. They're more annoying than Mom. Mom will take longer, but I don't like these two. We didn't get a good draw with the Delirium boss. Although it does a lot of damage. Ooh, speaking of damage. We just have to rely on Dry Baby getting pissed off. Look how tiny my body is as well. That's the thing I'm trying to make sure doesn't get hit. Oh, she got frozen. Get in there. Oh. Back to deal with the devil will be Krampus. There will not be Krampus. Camping, Conception, and Void. Void has a lower charge than Delirium, so that's just a straight upgrade. Oh, it's like Nightmare Steven. What the hell? Or Nightmare Gemini. So I think that covers about everything I wanted to mention about the second channel. No ETA. But I guess I should probably try and get something together soon if I'm having battle reports ready to go. And I'll probably do some kind of video on the main channel just saying, hey, if you want this stuff, it's now on a channel specific to it. That wasn't Steve, that was Nightmare Fuel Steve. Steven to his friends. Oh yeah, there's a shop because I have silver dollar, forgot about that. Oh well. I can kill a werewolf for that. So who do we have if we considered switching to Dead by Daylight after this? I think CR's on it right now, but I think he's playing public matches. Ooh, good pill. We don't have a charge. Might as well get the secret room. That'll give us a charge as well. Oh, CR's here. Like Evil Vice President, do you want to do Dead by Daylight? Do Pepper and a Gookski if a Gookski's here? Well, we may not play in the air if we're playing Dead by Daylight instead. That was the alternative. I'll probably do Dead by Daylight and then some Deep Rock to finish on again. Because I'm addicted to Dwarf Game. Oops. Thanks to the penny though, I guess. Nah. We need 2 rooms. I guess I might as well push to the shop. Have to leave in roughly 1 hour 15 minutes. That's not too bad. That's roughly, I mean, we're almost done with this run, so yeah, I can see us getting like an hour and a half tops. Bombs Anarchy. I don't plan to play them on Thunder Beta, no. Unless it's on PC, which it's not. Alright, in that case, since we're hurrying up, I'll just go to the boss. I'll play Frostborn, Iceborn, whichever, when it is out on PC. No, Haunt. Don't know if that's good or bad against Skolex. Haunt him! Haunt him! Oh, you pissed him off. I don't really know what that means for you. Take the shot! Take the shot! He's not taking any shots. Okay, 1 shot every 30 minutes is not really that great. Oh, that would have been a perfect time for a death beam. A little bit dangerous to take Gimpy, but we shall. If we end up dying, whatever. I finished talking about what I wanted to talk about. Pepper said yes too. Good. Oh, reroll me. That's not a reroll. Although Ace of Spades could be helpful. Blah 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 blah. Oh, there was a second hand. My poop survived. It's truly magical. Oh. My body was stuck on the thing. I was following the head as per usual. That's why guillotine is a bad item. But I needed it for the damage. Oh. Uh-oh. I think we were one hit away from death there. Now, if you poop white poop, that just means you've had some Pepto-Bismol. Or you ate a ghost. Oh, this is the right way. Of course it isn't. It's a goddamn dead end. Shouldn't have spoke. Should have just kept it to myself. Master Cookie 32 for subbing with Twitch Prime for 2 months with a 1 month streak. Welcome back. Thank you for sticking around. The devil. Surprised how little the Pokemon Go app is kicking in. Also dead end again, naturally. There's our shop. I don't think we're gonna win, so I'll just donate for future runs to benefit from my misfortune. $9.20 on the dot. Yeah, we were talking about the Harry Potter phone game earlier. My mother is playing it. That's how you know it's cool. I shan't hear anything to the contradictory. Oh. But I feel like I'm still needing to pick up red hearts even though I haven't been hit since picking up the last lot. Because I only have like 3 hearts, don't I? No, they're not loot boxes, they're happy surprises. I keep forgetting what the actual quote was, because it's so stupid. Surprise parcels? Surprise mechanics, that's the one. The only correct application of the phrase surprise mechanics that I can think of offhand would be Fez, I guess. Oh, I've got a Delirium Megafy. I swear my body... Oh, he eats her shots. Neat. Sit on her. Oh, she killed him. I got revenge for you, Megafy, don't worry. We're still probably going to die in heaven, but I guess if you have to die, that's one place to do it. Is American Express still a thing? In my time in retail, I think I had like 3 people ask if we accepted American Express. The answer was always no. That's despite being owned by an American company as well. It is still a thing. What thing is it? Is it just a credit card? Is it a discount card? Is it a quest tracker? I swear, oh, you know what it is? My hitbox hasn't changed, but my size has. Like, I've gone below where the maximum of your hitbox can go down to, so I'm getting hit even though the body isn't touching anything. Well, that's kind of good because we're finished talking about things anyway. Thank you for those on YouTube listening. I guess look out at some point in the future for a video revealing a follow-up channel for the tabletop stuff. Until next time, ta-ta for now.